This is gonna be for the YouTube channel for tomorrow, but I'm gonna just talk about this shit now. This shit ain't posted yet. Hold on. All right, check me out. Check this out, guys. Check this out. All right. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I hate to be that guy, but I just don't see the Sixers. I just don't see them like. I just don't see success coming in their future. Maybe 10 years from now, who knows? They'll build through the draft. They drafted a young. I think they got a top 5 pick, but it's just not. It's over. I just feel like there's just no hope for this team. All right, so you see the report. I just dropped this like literally 2 minutes ago. It says there are significant concerns surrounding the long-term health of Joel Embiid's knee, while Paul George may miss the 2025 NBA preseason. Because the thing about when Paul George was traded to the Sixers, I wasn't that like impressed or just thought, oh, this is the big splash that'll just take him over the top. And what you're seeing here is basically the same exact thing that happened last year. So let me see if I can find this clip for you. Like I said, man, the 76ers, I just don't, there's just no, as a Sixers fan, you have to be stressed because who remembers when Paul George, right? Think about this. I just told you guys that you saw the report. He may miss the preseason, right? Now I think he did play in last year's preseason. But what happened? He hyperextended his left knee, I think it was. Let me see if I can find the video for you guys. Check this out. My bad.
Loose ball. Loose ball. Loose ball.
What's going on, YouTube? So yeah, I know you saw that. All right.
Loose ball. Loose ball. Loose ball.
What's going on, YouTube? So that happened to Paul George, right? And he went on to miss, I think, the season opener and a couple games after that, probably. And this was his first year of being on the team, and he's already hurt. Then you got Joel Embiid, who, I mean, his knee has been bad for who knows how long, right? At this point. And again, there's concerns that even Joel Embiid may not be ready for the start of this upcoming season. Like there isn't like any confident like progress or even reports of, some sort of like positive news trending towards Joel Embiid having a healthy, impactful season where he can actually, be available for the Clippers. I mean, shout out to Google AI, man. Shout out to Google AI, bro, for real. Like, but look, so it says here, right? Google will tell us everything we need to know, man. Joel Embiid and Paul George are both currently with the Philadelphia 76ers. However, they both have been dealing with injuries causing them to miss games together. Embiid has been managing a knee injury while George recently suffered a bone bruise in his left knee during a preseason game. It says Joel Embiid has been dealing with a left knee injury, including a torn meniscus that required surgery. While he has been ramping up his return to play activities, including scrimmaging, he was initially ruled out for the season opener and subsequent games. Now this is a recap from prior to last season, right? That video you just saw where Paul George suffered a bone bruise in his left knee. He was out for the season opener and he was reevaluated, and I think he was able to play that second week of the season, and But I think the main thing to look at here is, I think the problem with Joel Embiid is this man had multiple, I think, knee injuries, and I don't know, man. The way Embiid moves out there, if you compare him to now versus like even 3 or 4 years ago, he's moving completely different. I mean, he's one of the best shooting big men I've ever seen. But I feel like sometimes when you watch Joel Embiid, you think he takes too much jumpers. I just feel like he's pacing himself because again, this man is like 7 foot plus, 300 plus pounds. Nobody can really stop him, but he can dominate. But when it comes to being physical, imposing in the paint, you need to have strength in your lower extremities, your knees, your calf muscles, your quads, and it's just like think of a Giannis. Think of Giannis as an example. If Joel Embiid tries to model his game after Giannis, now granted, Joel Embiid already has the skill, the touch, the jumper, but if he played like Giannis, his career would be over. He'd freaking shatter both knees, right? But it goes back to the whole reason why I'm even talking about this is to basically point out that no matter what, the Sixers, I just don't think it's just not meant to be. Like this franchise is absolutely cursed. And it's kind of sad because when healthy, Joel Embiid is one of the is the best in my opinion, like skill wise, is one of the like the top 3 big men in the NBA, right? And obviously Paul George, when healthy and when he's focused and not, in his head, he's one of the best two-way players in the game. But when you combine two players who are just injury prone, especially these last 2 3 years where they just haven't been as healthy and available to contribute to this team. I mean, it says here like they're being the Joel Embiid and Paul George are being paid combined 109 million this upcoming season. And they missed 104 games last season. 104 last games. 104 games together. That is sad. And I don't know, man. If you're a Philly fan, there's not really much you can really say or hope for because they just won't be here. So it is what it is, man. It is what it is.